Gonna be interesting. Welcome to LKD Smart. So a few days back I posted a video on HI-LO stating several factors that you need to follow, procedures towards getting yourself a good gameplay on HI-LO, and today I'll be making another of such a video. Now, one thing I want to do these days is the fact that I want to take my videos beyond just gameplays to much more insight, education. So stay tuned for that, because so many psychology that is in the betting field. In the next coming days, I'll be unveiling them. I will be doing beyond just coming to YouTube, making my mistakes and leaving. So when I come, I've always been a practical guy. I've always been a teacher. I don't believe in coming online to just do a 2-3 minutes video showing that I can make money. No, I've gone past that. I've been in this system for over 12 years. I've been on YouTube for up to 10 years, so you guys know me, all good, all well. So let's get on today now as we move on to check out what the system of high-low. Now, in my last video, and in the videos that has come in the past, one thing I've mentioned is the fact that the reason why I like high-low is because it's one of the best to stake into. Very profitable. I've explained this over and over and over again. I might not be doing that today. For today, I want to go in now to make a live analysis for you to see and understand and follow up. So let's get on now, refresh this, and we begin. Now, as I've always stated, whenever you come into BET9JA, you want to stake high-low, there are 3 procedures to follow. So there are actually 3 procedures to follow. The first is your high-low. You have to be able to read this to know what you want to play. The second is what? Your last 10 draws. You have to be able to understand what is happening here. Then the third is what? Setups. Now, as I told you in the last class, there are 9 setups which we make use of 6. The setup comprises of momentum, slack, balance, rebalance, and what? Change in delivery. Now you have a setup. Our first setup is what? Momentum, slack, and what? Balance, rebalance. Second is momentum, balance, rebalance, momentum. And third is what? Change in delivery, balance, rebalance, and momentum. There are 6. The remaining 3 are available for those that are on my subscription and all. And before I forget, on LKD Smart View, there are so many ways, so many options there. I just recently created the Elite system, a system whereby you'll be carried on psychology of trading, risk management, BET9JA, live basketball, visuals, and other casino games. It's just much more like you become a student under my system. For more information there, you can contact the number on the screen or check out the comment and description for the link to join into my group to get more information. So let's get on now to the gameplay of today. Now, looking at the screen, first of all, we have what? On the high-low, we have low. That is the first thing you should note. The high-low tells us to play low. But looking at the screen now, we can see that we are dominating. In fact, we had 2 high, another high, 4 highs. Does it mean that the statistics is lying? What does it mean? It's simple. It tells you the fact that this is not the right time to start going for low. I told you that there are 9 setups which you have to make use of what? Momentum, slack, balance, rebalance, and change in delivery to be able to get to that level. And in that given sense now, let's look at the screen. We had 2 highs, we had a low. We had 1 high, we had a low. We had 4 highs, we had a low. What can you see here? This is not momentum. Now, we don't know what left here. Momentum is when you have at least something like this. Good. Now, you had 2 highs, you had a low. So this is balance, rebalance, balance, rebalance, momentum. Now, according to my system, this is it here. Change in delivery, balance, rebalance, then momentum. Then you have what? Momentum, balance, rebalance, what? And what? Momentum. Okay, but sorry. Momentum, slack, balance, rebalance. You have what? Momentum, balance, rebalance, and what? Momentum. Change in delivery, balance, rebalance, and momentum. Now, looking at the screen here, you have what? Balance, rebalance, balance, rebalance, momentum. Now, where does that fall into now? Balance, rebalance, momentum. Okay. That tells us that likely, as I told you, there are 6 methods to this. I'm only going to be showing 3 here on YouTube. According to the 3 I've stated now, we have balance, rebalance, and momentum, which can be a case of momentum, balance, rebalance, momentum. That means high was actually dominating what? Below here. Good. Now, we could also have what? Change in delivery. Balance, rebalance, momentum, which is what? 3 highs or 2 highs, 2 lows, 2 highs, 2 lows. We cannot know. So whenever you come into the system of high-low, you are not going to only make use of what you are seeing on screen here. You should be able to what? Think about what could have left here. Do you understand me? You can be able to say, okay, currently now, we are very clear that this is a phase here of balance, rebalance. After this phase of balance, rebalance, we've seen momentum. Now, we know that there are 6 phases as to which this follows. Now, among these 6 phases, this one is not eligible. This one is eligible. This one is eligible. As I told you, there are 6. So it could still be any one of the remaining 3 that I did not list here. There are 6. So let's look at this now. We are currently here. Let's make a refresh. Then we look into this. Now, what can you find here? Balance, rebalance. Good. Momentum. Then you had what? Balance, rebalance, balance. 2 lows. This is actually giving a setup here because you had what? Momentum. This is another new setup. Balance, rebalance. Let's see if low comes out for a momentum. And you're having what? A high. So at this given stage now, you can look at this as what? Momentum, balance, rebalance. And as I told you, momentum followed by what? Balance, rebalance is always followed by what? Momentum. Momentum, balance, rebalance, momentum. In this case now, we are not getting ourselves for momentum because after the balance, rebalance, we got 2 lows followed by a high. So what this means is the fact that this setup is not valid according to what I have showed you. Do you understand me? The 3 steps, there are 6 steps. I will not be unveiling everything here on YouTube. If I see, I will tell you, okay, do this and do this. In many cases, if you've been following my high-low video, I will tell you, if we see low now, we start on low. That is exactly what I will do here. So let's get on now. So we had what? Balance, rebalance, balance. This is a classic case of change in delivery. So as I told you, we are to play low. Keep that in mind. If I see low following this, I'm going to start on lows. That is because there are 2 case studies here. As I told you, balance, rebalance. After balance, rebalance, we always likely get momentum. Another case, we can also have balance, rebalance, and a change in delivery followed by what? Momentum. I've just dropped something now. So this is part of the last 9. As I told you, there are 9 systems. So if I get a low here now, I will start on lows because I've gotten myself a setup. If I get a high, this setup has been invalidated. Now, if you are playing with high-low, understand this. High-low is quite a complicated system. You learn it, you follow this structure as I will be drafting and giving to you. You can always write it down somewhere. The reason is because you don't need to play up to 20 gameplays or 40 gameplays or 30 gameplays on high-low. 10 gameplays is all you need. Get yourself a good entry, a point whereby once the system tells you play low, you already know to play low. Look for an entry for low. You might spend 10 minutes looking for this entry. When you find it, 10 minutes you make 45 to 60% of your income. Rather than losing, rather than playing lows when market is doing such a thing like this. No martingale is saving you from this. Do you understand me? That is why you must await confirmation. This tells me low. Now let's see. We have what? 2 low here, followed by what? 3 high. So this was balance, rebalance. You had slack, you had momentum. Balance, rebalance, slack, momentum. Now remove the balance, rebalance. Let's say it's invalidating it. You have what? Slack. You have what? Momentum. After slack, followed by momentum, there are 2 things: a balance, rebalance, or momentum. SMBR or SMM. You understand me? So let's look at this now. We have gotten ourselves another low. Wait out for another low so that we can completely say this is what? Balance. 2 lows here. Slack. Then rebalance. That means that in the next few minutes, you will start seeing low, high, low, high, low, high. But wait out. We must get at least 2 lows. Alright, so that is it here. Invalidated. So The balance rebalance here has been taken out. This here is not even valid. It's up to 3 is what? Momentum. 2 does not give any. Okay, let me explain this clearly. 1 followed by 1 followed by 1 followed by 1 is what? Balance rebalance. Balance rebalance, and this is not a slack, because a slack has to come after momentum. So momentum slack, if there is no momentum, there can never be a slack, because a slack is an anti-momentum, and for momentum to occur, this must have up to 3. So this had 2. Now what will happen is the fact that from this coming gameplay, which is ID 24, will be going on lows. So from ID 24 to ID 33 is a total of 10 draws, and as I told you, we are valid on what? Lows here. All I need is the right setup. I've spent up to 10 minutes now looking for a setup. But once I get myself a good setup, I should be getting around 6 to 7 out of 10. It's too bad 5 out of 10. But with a good setup, I have no business seeing something like this. 3 highs coming in a row when I'm supposed to be having lows. I can see 2 highs, it's not bad. But 3 highs, no. I can see 5 out of 10 and I'm still profitable. I've always explained this with calculation. If you are going without martingale on high-low, you win 5 out of 10. You are profitable. Okay, sorry, brother. You are not profitable. You will break even. If you are going on 5 out of 10 on martingale, as long as you do not what? Get yourself into this situation whereby you lose like 3 out of 10. 3 in a row, then enter 4 in a row on martingale, you are still profitable. Martingale just needs you not to what? Break your bank. Don't lose 1, 2, 3, 4 if your martingale is up to 4, which in the case of the high-low is 4. So as I told you, from ID 24, we are going on lows. So you can see what happened here now. ID 24, we have a low. ID 25, we have a low. What system did we use? This below here was balance rebalance. Following that was what? These 2 lows. Balance rebalance, exhausted. After balance rebalance, we're looking for momentum. This did not qualify for momentum, so we cannot count this out. This setup is gone. Momentum, slack, balance rebalance. So after this momentum here, we are having what? Low, 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 which is slack. Slack is called anti-momentum. It does not mean that as this is 3, slack must be 2. Slack is valid from 2. It could be higher than 2, because slack is also what? Anti-momentum. It's a different momentum from what actually was the previous momentum. So this is it here. So we've gotten ourselves low, 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 and this is it, continuous low. So we started from ID 24. We've gotten ourselves 3 out of 3 so far. The next thing we should be looking into now is balance rebalance. Before you know, high will come, low will come, 2 high, 2 low, which is a change in delivery. I've explained what a change in delivery is. So you get that whole thing. So next gameplay once again, and we have ourselves another low. So that is it. We first of all started the video in the beginning with the whole this is not valid, this is not valid, this is not valid. Eventually we got something valid, and the first thing that keeps validity open is this: know what you are expecting. If you don't know what you're expecting on 24 hours, you will flop here. It's not about knowing that after momentum is slack, after slack is momentum, or ideally balance or balance, or all those things I told you. It's about knowing how to read this. Once you have read this and you know that this is valid, you start following the gameplay little by little. You don't want to rush it.